Oh my goodness, guys. I am so sorry. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here and have no idea that I am totally late, then yeah, you don't know what's going on. But hi, hello to everybody that knows that I'm late and is wondering where I've been. I was literally, my mind's blown right now. I thought I was live with you guys for the last 15 minutes. It's 9:40 almost. So that would be like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I said hi to everybody. I was in here saying hi. I said hi to Solo. She don't even know. She didn't even know. What the heck? I swear. Do I need a break? Do I need another break? Do I need a timeout? So, okay. We're back at it again. I feel like I'm speaking like a second time because I am, but you guys only heard me the one time. The Black Widow channel. This has never happened to me before. I thought I went live. Well, because I'm reading your chats and you're just chatting away. And it was like normal. It was like, because you guys normally will chat about like whatever, you know? And I'm just like, I'm like chatting with you guys. But you know me, I was on another screen, so I was reading. Oh my Lord. So welcome mistakes, because we're human and it's alive. And that's what we do. We make mistakes. And we're no rookie here, are we? But, you know, that's okay. We're going to talk about Chelsea Grimm tonight. But before we do, let me say hi to all my friends in the chat that I already said hi to you guys once, it seems like, but you guys didn't know that. And I do have like 100 tabs open right now because I'm going to show you guys some pictures. So if you see me like looking all around, that's why. So I am so sorry. I'm so tired. You guys know me. I've never done that. Like where, you know, if I'm going to be late, I always will like edit it or I'll put it in the chat. Like I'll be on in 5 minutes or I'll be on in 2. This was like really late, guys. I'm surprised Vincent didn't come over here and knock on the door. He didn't even know what was going on. So anyway, sorry about that. My mind's blown. Hey, Mike. Hey, Pooh Bear. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Groovy Nikki. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Jan. Hey, Jan. Hey, Solo. Hey, Pandan. Yeah, I was even like reading about your home improvements and stuff. Hi, Mike. Hey, Steve. Oh, I'm so, that's like, you know, so embarrassing. Oh, you know, Seth Rogers always comes in here with his alt counts. Yeah, I saw him, Cheryl. I got it. He's smiling saloon. Because I'm like, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I'm like, I was oh my God. And I knew something was weird because it said scheduled on my thing. It didn't say live. And I'm like, and I didn't want to like stop talking to figure it out like a normal person would. So I just kept talking. It's okay though. You should get one, Solo. Oh no, I thought it was Solo. Groovy Nikki, you should get a tattoo. That's what I meant. I thought it was Solo that said that. Your comments were underneath of each other. You should get a tattoo though. I love tattoos. Hey, good evening, Shermfire. Man, I'm not gonna get off that. That's just gonna make me laugh in my head all night. So if you see Seth Rogers' account come in, it's usually a fake one. Now it looks like this one was Seth Rogers with a police car behind it because they have to come up with different usernames. So, oh well, you know, I would let you, Sebastian's, you know, but my girls wouldn't like that. My girls wouldn't like that. Plus, my dogs would probably eat you alive. I know they're really trying with me, aren't they tonight? Okay, so I did like my own video. That's what I was telling you guys on the first live. I was like, oh, I gotta like my video. But if you guys are new to the channel, it usually isn't this crazy in the beginning of a live, but you'll have that. My name's Tanya or TitaniumBuilt, and thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you guys all for being here for yet another live. I appreciate that. We do have trolls are flying through the interwebs and legit like troll counts. You know, they're making up Seth Rogers accounts, coming in, putting something disgusting into the, you know, comments. We just, you know, we just delete it and ban the person. I'm gonna have a big old block list by the end of this case. I already know it. And I hate that because, you know, I mean, I don't want to do that. But if you have to, you have to. You know, I mean, you have people like that have no life that do that. So what we're going to do is what we did last night was we went over the timeline and where her car was found abandoned with the flat tires. I had troubles, I don't know if you guys remember, like, getting the videos to play. So I figured out a way to get those to play. I uploaded them privately today, like all of the videos, and then we can watch them through my Backstage. Um, so we'll go over all of that. So this is gonna be Chelsea Grimm. We went over her case the last couple of nights, and we're gonna go over it again this evening, part 2. And then hopefully one of these days very soon, we will hear something. Oh, you're okay. Sometimes if your messages don't come through though, it's because I just didn't see it to approve it, Ashley. Yeah, I know, I saw that. Yeah, his name is yeah. He wanted me to highlight that, and I wasn't gonna do that. Wasn't gonna do that. So, I already went I already went over all this, it feels like, but we're gonna go through it again. So, this is Chelsea. She's 32-year-old female. She may be 33 now. I'm not sure of her birth date. But she's 5'8", 135 pounds, strawberry blonde hair, blue-green eyes, and she was last seen with her bearded dragon, Rox or Roxy. We've heard the bearded dragon be called like a couple of different names, so I'm not 100% sure on the name, and nobody else is either. So we'll call it Roz or Roxy. I have so many tabs up. So September 24th. This is the day that she leaves California. Chelsea leaves her place in San Diego to make the cross-country trip to her parents in Connecticut. She's going out there to go to attend a wedding that her best friend, it's her best friend's wedding. So I'm not sure if she's in the wedding or just going to attend it with her family, but they're all supposed to go to attend this wedding. She decides to drive instead of flying because she finds out last minute she has this bearded dragon all of a sudden, and this bearded dragon cannot go on an airplane. I guess it can't. You can't even buy a ticket. So she decides she's going to make the cross country trip, in her vehicle. September 27th, she meets up with a friend in Phoenix, and this is when she stops and meets up with a friend. And she just says, we don't know this friend and why she decided to stop, but I believe it was her sister. She would have been on the road for 5 hours, 25 minutes at that point. And to me, that made some sort of sense. If Chelsea was like if she would have left her house at afternoon, we don't know what time she left. If she would have left her house in the afternoon and then got there to Phoenix like later in the evening, and she wanted to kind of stop, and she knew people in Phoenix, so she could spend the night there, just take a load off, for the night, and then, start early the next morning. But that's not how this works. That's not how this went. So on September 27th, the same day, is the last time that she speaks to her parents. She called her parents on this day to tell them she doesn't think she is going to make it to Connecticut on time for the wedding. So she's going to go back. Sorry. And then let me see. Sorry. I was like, what am I doing here? Okay. So then on the 27th, she's seen in a hotel Seligma. The 28th, she's seen in a cemetery by the officer. The 30th, she's seen talking to a woodcutter. And then on the 4th of October, her parents report her missing. And I still have that other timeline we'll go over too. The 5th, the hunters find Chelsea's abandoned vehicle. They notice it has 2 flat tires, so they call the local investigator, sheriff department, and they come out and they find her car. And they take pictures of it, and they find that her wallet, phone, sleeping bag, keys, and bearded dragon are all gone from the car. And I don't know. I think they knew that from PJ, her boyfriend. They knew exactly what it would have come down to. I mean, obviously they're going to know what phone, wallet, keys, but I think for them to know that sleeping bag was missing, someone had to have told them that. Like specifically, this is a sleeping bag she has. Attorney Mathis investigates. Does anyone need an attorney? We all do, I think. You guys can investigate all you want. Just don't put anything dirty in the chat, or Jan will have to, delete it. Thanks, Jan. People are just ridiculous. I wondered, who has the time? I guess I could put the subscriber up a little bit. You would think I wouldn't have to do that on a Chelsea Grimm video, but my lordy, we're not even talking about Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers. We'll make him wait 5 minutes. See if that helps. Helps any. Okay, so these are gonna be the pictures that, the officer took of Chelsea Grimm's car. This is at the impound lot. And I have a lot to show you. So we got that one, this one here. There's the back. Basically, the officer's just taking pictures. These ones were like overexposed or something. So I'm sorry they're so bright, but they're the ones that showed the tires. So you can see the tires are like destroyed, like right up through here. Right there's a big gash, like a hole. Oops. Like there was things that punctured this pretty hard. Down here, there's like a tear. There looks like a tear over here. Let me see if this one. There, you can see the hole there. I'm gonna try to close some of these. The same one. Okay, this one's a good one. Here we go. Yeah, like look at this one. Like look at that tire. Look at all of that. I mean, she literally rode this thing until she couldn't ride it anymore. You guys are so funny. So yeah. Thanks, Jan. But yeah, look at these tires. Isn't that amazing? Girl, where were you driving with those tires? This is, oops, I didn't mean to stop sharing the screen. I meant to share a different picture. I'll just put it on this one because this one's here. Okay. And then this is going to be the interior. And you can definitely tell that she's been staying in her car. I mean, she's been living out of it. That's for sure. They just took like interior pictures of everything. I don't see the bong though. Remember they said there was a bong in the cup holder? Maybe it's on the door. I think I already. No, no. Huh. There's the jacket you can see. Looks like flowers or something on it. I wonder if her seatbelt was broke and that's why it wasn't retracted back, or if she had it pulled out. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like the seatbelt was like laying over and not like up into the door. If someone were to pull it like hard, maybe it would break. I don't know, but it didn't look like it was retracted that much. And they literally took pictures of like everything. Most of them seem like they're like redundant, like they're the same because they are. Same picture, I think. Actually, that one was. Let me know if you guys see anything and you want me to stop. I've looked at these a gazillion times, and I bet you that I could find something new in each one, in each picture. And then these are for the swabs that they took. And this one as well. This one as well. They took swabs from the rear view mirror, the door handle, the steering wheel, and the gear shift, I believe. And I think the seatbelt. Yeah, these are just the same. So, okay, let me exit out of some of these pictures so that way it's a little easier on me. Wow, there's like so many. How's everybody's Sunday going? How's your weekend? Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. This isn't what I wanted, but let me see if I can find the police report. Just wanted the one that I used last night. Okay. Let me just pull it back up again. Sorry, guys. There we go. Trying to see where page. Okay. Okay, I'll share this with you guys. Let me share this with you. Like, this is just the incident report. And this is when the officer first comes on the scene. So, they call the local hospitals, and no one's seen her. And what we'll do here is let's play the interview with her parents that her parents did. Actually, before we get to the search and rescue. And then that'll give me a second to get all my tabs in order because I don't know what I was doing earlier, but my tabs are all like backwards. Okay. And this goes over a little bit of the body cam video as well. And we have played that on one of our lives before. I can always play it again if you guys want me to. And this is going to be the interview that Chelsea Grimm's parents came out and did. Just let me know what you guys think of the whole case. Just the whole case and overall, after you listen to everything that you hear tonight and you see her parents, how they act and what they say, just everything that's happened, just let me know what you guys think. Because this is a very, 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 very wild case. She literally was there 1 minute, gone the next, just like every missing person, but it's like, where could she be? There's nothing but openness around her. Like there was, nowhere to really hide her.
Series on the lost and the forgotten people in this country.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Now missing herself. This body camera video is one of the last known sightings of Chelsea Grimm, a California woman who vanished.
I'm not very well. As every day goes by, it's harder and harder to stay positive and upbeat, and we try to keep focused on the end goal, which is to bring Chelsea home safely.
What started as a cross-country road trip quickly turned into a parent's worst nightmare when 32-year-old Chelsea Grimm went missing without a trace. Her parents now left with more questions than answers in their desperate search for their daughter.
It's a nightmare, and it's one that you never could have imagined yourself in and wouldn't wish on anybody. But having said that, we're hanging in there. We're holding on to hope, putting our faith in the law enforcement professionals.
Grimm was last seen on September 30th in Ash Fork, Arizona, about 50 minutes west of Flagstaff. Just days before, she'd set off on a cross-country road trip, leaving San Diego, headed to Connecticut for a family member's wedding. Grimm's mother, Janet Grimm, says just before she was set to fly out east, her daughter made a last-minute change of plans.
Chelsea was going to fly home for a wedding in Connecticut, New York. She was flying home to go to this wedding and see us. And the day she was supposed to get on the airplane, she emailed Steve and said that she was going to drive across country instead. And so that was on the 24th of September.
Chelsea's father, Stephen Grimm, says it wasn't surprising
So right
his daughter
there,
made
that tells me they don't have a very close relationship. For her to have to be in a bind, right? She's in a pickle. She's got a bearded dragon. She wants to fly over, but she can't because of her bearded dragon. What would you do? I'd call my daddy. If my daddy was around, I'd call my dad and say, Dad, help me with this. But apparently she wasn't doing any of that.
this last minute change.
I would say it's not at all out of character for her to change plans at the last minute. That was a characteristic of her. She had adopted this dragon lizard, bearded dragon. She had adopted a bearded dragon and said she didn't want to come without it, and she couldn't bring it on the plane. So that ostensibly was the reason.
Do you think they're socially disconnected, or do you think they got the right PR person? Just hear me out, because the way, like, I don't know, the way the guy like smiled a minute, like her dad smiles, it's like almost like he's talking to somebody, like maybe a PR, and they're like maybe their disconnect is more of like they're being very cautious with their words because they're afraid of the internet. Maybe they're smarter than the average Joe. I mean, I don't know. I just know that there's something going on here for these people to not be like more enthusiastic in trying to find out what's going on with their daughter. And it's not just me, it's searchers that were out there searching personally said the same thing. Disconnect.
That she gave us.
Alone, traveling only with her bearded dragon, Grimm set off toward the East Coast. But several days into her trip, she told her parents she wouldn't make it in time for the wedding. That conversation and update was the last time her parents heard from her.
The last contact, we were texting back and forth with her, and she said, I've driven for 3 days. I'm in Arizona. I'm not going to make it to the East Coast for the wedding. I think I'm going to just skip the wedding and stop here for a day or two and do some camping. She had her tent and her sleeping bag with her in the car when she left. And then radio silence. And she had told us she was going to probably be out of fun range for a couple of days. So a couple of days, we weren't alarmed. But then when 2 or 3 more days went by, and we usually texted or talked to her daily. So when a couple of days went by and we hadn't heard from her, we got really worried. So we called it in as a missing persons report on the 4th of October.
Investigators confirmed one of
And I mean, she's reaching out to her dad through email. She's not even calling him, not even texting. An email? That seems like an email to me. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. If you were to send an email to me and I have like a cell phone number and you know it, that to me tells me that you want it to be a little bit of time before I see maybe that email or that message. That's what that says to me. Like you're trying to, like, I think that's why she sent it to his email. Like she knew that her parents were probably going to be upset that she was going to be driving with that bearded dragon, because I think she took that bearded dragon from PJ when they broke up. I don't think it was a dual thing. I don't think that he said it was fine. I think she just took it. I genuinely do. No offense to Chelsea. I think she thought, if he can't take care of me as a girlfriend, he can't take care of this, bearded dragon. She's an animal lover, so she took the animal with her. And that's when I think everything kind of started falling apart, because her and her boyfriend just broke up. She takes this bearded dragon. She's not working. She decides to go on this cross-country road trip that's going to cost a lot of money to go across country like that, all for this lizard that she got from this ex. So she's probably already feeling some type of way about that. And then she just decides, to go over there and drive with the bearded dragon when it's about to be in hibernation. It needs to be in certain climate temperatures. It needs to be controlled. And I think everything just started like eating away, piecing away.
her last encounters was with law enforcement on the 28th. Body camera video shows an officer approach Chelsea's vehicle outside of a cemetery.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I just was doing a photo shoot of the lost soldiers and got a little emotional, so I was crying before I got back on the road.
Chelsea can be heard telling the officer she's a bit emotional after working on a photo shoot about fallen soldiers.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure someone called it in. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're quite all right. I mean,
I was just doing a photo shoot, yeah. Packed up. I'm going to leave soon.
okay.
But I just didn't want to drive like that. Sad.
I got you. You've been smoking a little bit of marijuana?
Earlier today, yeah.
Okay.
It's like his voice inflection. I've listened to this so many times. It's like his voice inflection goes like, "You been smoking marijuana?" I don't know.
Packed up. I'm going to leave soon.
Okay.
But I just didn't want
Like you don't want to
drive
ask.
like that. Sad.
I got you. You've been smoking a little bit of marijuana?
Earlier today, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do you have your license on you by any chance?
He said, "Cool."
It gets me all emotional too.
Yeah, it's just, I'm trying to do a series on the lost and the forgotten people in this country.
She later discusses where to stay while she's on the road before parting ways with the officer.
I know you told me that you smoked marijuana and you're kind of, well, obviously I would be in an emotional state as well. I don't know if you want somebody else to drive you or if you just want to hang out here for a little bit longer. You're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, if it's okay with you, if I hang out here for another like 15 or 20 and then head on the road, that would be my plan,
Sure.
I think.
Yeah,
Cool
I don't see any
cop.
signs of impairment or anything like that. So
Yeah, no, with my eyesight and then crying, it's not the best combination at night.
Dude, I totally
I was like,
understand.
I'm just gonna like cry on the road, or I'm just gonna sit here and cry. So I
got
have
you.
my dragon, and I'm just.
Oh, that's freaking cool! I didn't even notice that.
Thanks, Rosie.
Wow, Rosie,
I think she's asleep.
wow, right on.
She got bored.
Rozzy.
Yeah. Do you have like a hotel around here or anything?
I don't.
So when she says it sounds like Rozzy, or Rozzi or something like that.
I was actually thinking of just camping for the night, but I wasn't really sure exactly yet.
Gotcha. Well,
I didn't plan to be here till sunset.
okay, you can't camp in the city limits. It's kind of like a city statute we have.
Okay, good
But
shot.
you can always go. I don't know if you can see like the yellow lights over there, the Loves. It's a trucker stop in the gas station area. You can just sleep there. Nobody will bother you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
Might get some good shots at sunrise too there.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sunrise here too. If you ever want to take photo shoots of like the statues in the morning, dude, it's really cool because the sun's like rises right behind them.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll probably stay at the truck stop then, save some money, and then
Boom.
come over for the sunrise.
You got
She's
Cool.
very cool.
All
She
right.
seems like a
Well,
very
You
cool
have a great
girl.
time.
Well, she was very into photography. So, and she had
Yeah,
been
freaking
she had
cool.
done some articles and some photography in San Diego as part of the way she was supporting herself. And so to hear that she was doing
Okay, I'll give you guys a little recap for everyone that's coming in that's new. We are talking about Chelsea Grimm tonight. She's missing out of Arizona. Basically, it was going cross country to go to a wedding. She was supposed to fly over, but she couldn't fly because she acquired a pet bearded dragon. We're thinking that it was PJ's bearded dragon, but I'm thinking she took it when she left him when they broke up. She was supposed to go to a wedding over in Connecticut, and she starts to drive over there on this cross country, trek, and she makes it 6 hours in, and she starts doing some really funny things. She stops at a motel. She is seen, in the cemetery here. She's seen by a woodcutter with her tires are like flat. Then she is seen by there's someone else in the area. Cutter hunter. Someone else, I believe, in the area saw her. There was a lot of different sightings. So trying to think of where I want to start with that. So there was a lot of different sightings of her, but none after the beginning of October. That's when nobody has seen or heard from Chelsea. The police found her car on October the 5th. They took her car and impounded it, and they had her vehicle with everything in it that she owned. Pretty much, she had a bunch of stuff packed in there. And when her parents were notified, like, hey, we've got this stuff, they told them they didn't want it. They didn't want any of it. She's 32 years old. She tried to pay for the hotel, in euros. She had euros instead of US currency. We have her, she went on a trip to Europe previously. So maybe that's where the euros come in. I don't know why you wouldn't switch that out for regular currency, because that's going to make you stand out loud and proud. Like nothing's going to say, pick me than a euro at a motel somewhere, like, I don't know. Yeah, and she did have some sort of drugs with her because she had the bong. Officers found her with that. Not with her, but found it in her vehicle. So after this is on the 28th, she sees this officer, and then she is seen by a couple people when she almost goes in their yard, the woodcutter, and things of that nature.
Story on lost veterans is not unusual. I don't know the circumstances under which she was taking pictures in a graveyard at night, so I really don't make anything of it, because it would be their speculation.
The last known sighting of Grimm was 2 days later on September 30th in Ash Fork, Arizona, about 20 miles away from Williams. A woodcutter there saw her camping in her car and asked if she was okay. Grimm said she was doing fine, but she hasn't been heard from since. Her parents say it was normal for their daughter to camp alone.
She has had a lot of training in camping, and it's something that she has done in the past. She hasn't done it recently since she's moved to San Diego, but actually she had done it in August. She had gone camping in August, but up until then, I wouldn't really characterize her as an outdoor girl, a wilderness kind of person, but she certainly had the skills to do that.
Prior to her disappearance, Grimm's parents say she went through a breakup and that her mental state was off.
I would say yes, but I also think it's fair to say she didn't seem completely even. She seemed pretty uneven that last day or two.
What do you mean by uneven? Could you give me more about that?
Just that she was, she had a lot on her mind that she was expressing through texts, that she was speaking into her phone as she was traveling. And,
she reached out to her mom. She wanted some help going to a rehab facility. When she reached out to her mother said that place was too expensive, which in my opinion, I agree. Like, it's very expensive. Outrageously expensive. But she did, I guess, say that she would find her somewhere else to go. That is still up in the air.
She was upset with a boy she was dating, who was scared of him. We feel like she was running away from him. And I think overall, that was affecting a lot of her mindset. They had broken up. And, he had posted things on social media, etc. So they're very well aware of him. But as to Chelsea's state of mind, I think it was affected by him and their breakup or the way they departed.
But Stephen Grimm says he doesn't believe his daughter would hurt herself.
It's not inconceivable, but we really don't think that was her state of mind when you look at what she was saying to us and that sort of thing. It's not impossible. It's not, it has not been ruled out. But, they've done a very, very thorough search of a 3-mile radius around where the car was found. And so one would think that if she had come to the worst, we would have found some evidence of that by now. There have been hunters, loggers, there have been the search parties, etc. So, our hunch, our gut is that, maybe she got a ride out of there. That's what we're kind of hoping.
One day after Grimm was reported missing on October 5th, hunters in the K-Bub National Forest came across her vehicle, a 2019 Ford Escape with 2 flat tires. It had been parked on a service road in the forest. Inside the vehicle, investigators found Grimm's camera with the most recent photos she'd taken. They've since released the pictures showing the outfit she was last seen in.
The car was locked. It was neat, so there were no visual signs of a struggle. And it's possible that she just decided that she was going to proceed with her camping. She couldn't do anything right then and there about the car, so she perhaps was just going to continue on the idea of camping. She has a AAA card on our family plan, so we had told her when she started driving across the country, if you encounter any car problems, use AAA, get towed, and tell us what
It's
the
okay.
situation is. Keep us apprised of your whereabouts.
After I said it, I was like, well, I didn't need to say it, so it's okay.
So that
I'm on it tonight, aren't I,
if
though?
if she didn't call AAA, it's because she either didn't have service or her phone wasn't working. And she hasn't, her phone has not been used since the 28th or 9th. So it's either lost, broken, not charged. I don't know. But normally you would be using something like that to call for help.
Investigators combed through the area where her vehicle was found both by land and air. During all searches, investigators came up empty.
They had mentioned on a call we had with them Friday that they had 500 man hours in the field looking for her. They've been very scientific, technology being used with mapping, etc. So I feel like we've got real professionals who are truly trying the very best to find her, and we're grateful for that. And yet there are not that many new clues. So understandably, it goes to a slightly different level of immediacy for them. And it just seemed to us like it couldn't hurt to hire Kelly Townsend, who we hired. He specializes in missing persons.
They hired a PI.
Maybe there's something he can do to supplement them. We're not experts in this field.
I think those
totally
are pictures of her
inexperienced.
maybe back there.
The Grimm family has since acquired a private investigator they hope will move the case forward.
Presumably the sheriff's office has a lot of other things going on simultaneously. And I think after 2 weeks of extensive searching for Chelsea, they're sort of waiting for more public information, waiting for more clues, because they followed up everything that they really had to look into. And I think that they've done a thorough job doing that.
As the search for Grimm continues, her parents have a message for their daughter.
Just that we miss her tremendously, and we can't bear being parted like this, and we really want to have her come home.
We love you, Chelsea. We can't wait to see you again. Just let us know where you are, and we'll take it from there. We'll go from there.
Arizona officials say the
We'll take it from there. We'll go from there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just think that we're lacking something. Like, I don't know what we're lacking, but we're lacking something up there, guys. Let me move it over to the next video. So that's her parents. Her parents have done 3 interviews: News Nation, Law and Crime, and then a local station. They're all in the same spot in the kitchen, wearing the same clothes. So I'm gonna guess. I've actually went through the interviews. They're the same exact interview. So they've only done 1 interview. I don't know why they haven't come out and got her name out there more. I don't know if them placing her into that, maybe she had something wrong with her mentally. They put her in that box to where news stations don't want to pick up her story anymore. I don't know, because no one's really talking about it. Well, up until Nancy did a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago. But we've been following this case since it happened. So we do have the FOIA and everything. That's what we've been going through. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff that SF put out there too. But we'll start here. This is going to be the officer that went and looked for her, was looking for Chelsea, and he stumbled across her clothing. And how do I do I have to go through my studio. Sorry. It wouldn't let me play the sound for you guys if not. It was very weird. So can I should be able to play it from here. Okay, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna like speed it up. But at least you guys will be able to see it and you'll be able to hear it now. Because we couldn't get that last night. But if you see on the tree right there, those are the clothing items that was found. We went over last night that she posted pictures to like Pushmark or a website similar to Pushmark, and these were the clothing. This was the clothing, I guess, that was pictured. And this officer, now he's just going to kind of go around. He's just going to walk around. He doesn't even have his sound on for a while, I don't think. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to speed him up to like 2 speed. So he's going to go kind of quick. But it looks like a tank top and like a dress maybe. He's walking quick. Now, see, if I was out there and it was pitch dark black out, I would probably get lost in this little bit of shrubbage. I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, I'm not good with direction. I'm wondering if I would be myself. I'm gonna say this to myself. I wonder if I would be smart enough to just stop, maybe take camp for the night, and then wait to see the next morning when you wake up how to get out of there. That way you don't go like into, something further. I would never leave my car though. I would be too scared. Yeah, exactly, Squeaky. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm wondering, if I would be smart enough to kind of just sit myself in one area, or would I be too scared that I would think lion, tigers, and bears would come get me? Because, I mean, you're out in the open. I don't think he finds anything. He just looks at the clothing, I think. I was just speeding it up a little bit so we can get through some of them. Okay, now I want to know what he saw back there. Wonder what he's taking a picture of. I'm trying to look. Carol, I hope so. I don't know. That's a good question, Ruthie. I don't know why he's not. Guess we could. Kind of normal. This is how fast he's really, like, really moving. He's a heavy breather. In there, stick. I'm just looking at the guy going. Just watching him go. I don't think he finds anything else. He just looks on the ground. Okay. I just want to show you that little video, and then I'll show you this one. We'll speed this one up too a little bit, because these are both, like, these ones are super long, and I'm not sure really why. I mean, I know why, because they're the body cam, but you know what I mean. Like, we don't need to, like, play through the whole thing because it doesn't really see a lot. Like, okay, actually, let's go back to this one because he does talk to someone. And thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. If you guys don't mind just taking a second, hit the like button. It will help get the video out to more people. That way we can get Chelsea's name out there. So if you're just now joining us, we are talking about Chelsea Grimm, 32-year-old female that went missing out of Phoenix, Arizona region area. And she has been missing since October, the beginning of October of last year. We have had people go out there try to look for her. We've had search teams out there that looked for her, and no one has seemed to find her yet, has been able to find her. So we don't know if she succumbed to the elements out there, if she's in like a cult, if she has started a new life. We don't know. So what we're doing tonight is we're reviewing all of the body cam video and all of the footage that I got from the FOIA request. And let's play this.
I got no idea what the girl's doing out here.
I think we're all trying to figure that out.
And the car, I thought I've seen him picking it up. Wasn't really all that far, but while the car was still running, she could have been doing anything. This is definitely a little narrow car. It's not
Yeah.
an SUV or anything like that, or it's not a
But she had
side by side.
she had an Escape, which was like a cute ute, but the tire, it's hard to tell because it was shredded. But it looked like on the side that wasn't damaged. There was it was a car
Yeah,
tire,
you could tear the
passenger
shit
car.
up bringing it back here.
So that's what I was trying to watch for. Coming in and out, I'll pay a little more attention going out. I took a slow walk back after I located the. So your coordinates were spot on. So thank you for that.
Through what we had on Onyx Maps, the hardest thing we were driving all over Hell and Creation at 10 o'clock at night trying to find enough fucking signal to send all the stuff the guy wanted.
And I think it got worse last night, and then this morning. Like where you were yesterday, I had decent service, but today I don't.
I didn't have any problem at all calling, talking to him. I could send a text with just letters.
Right.
But when I try to send a picture or any of the other shit with more data, we ended up driving halfway up to the meadow and I got most of them to him. But
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I think it was you I talked to last night. No, I think this is that's your print, but I don't see this. This is not on your boot.
There's another guy that was with me.
And you think that might be
both
his?
of us walked down here.
Okay.
He took the picture on his deal because we looked and I thought, that's fucking creepy, man. You know, there's some clothes hanging on that shit, and that's a woman small.
And she's 5'9", 120, so.
I mean, a lot of girls wear tighter clothes because it looks too small to be, but I don't know what the style is. It seems a little bit small, but it's Forever 21 was the tag and the one thing, and I do know some shit about girls' clothes because I got teen daughters. I don't think they sell kiddies' clothes. It's just small woman is the smallest that you can get.
Right.
I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure that they don't. But anyway, hopefully it helps. I don't have any idea, like I said, anything more than the info that I gave you. But it ain't been that long since they pulled this little car in here because tire tracks are. I don't know when the last rain was, but
yeah. But I mean, you're right. I was like, that's probably about the size tire that's on that car.
Exactly. That's what my thought was. Like, hey, you drove by here, but why you leave your clothes unless you're under duress, or you guys doing the investigation? I don't know. Or you see a lot of weird shit with the druggy crap. I was walking, and this tripped me a little bit too. It's probably no relation, but it's up on the other side. If you come around, you go by our camp. I walked back in there the other morning, like 2 miles, and at like 6:15 in the morning, I couldn't find where it came from, but it came on. Somebody was blaring fucking rock music back there on a radio for about 10 minutes and then turned it off.
When was this?
This was yesterday morning.
Okay.
At so that strikes me as drug shit, party, teenage stuff, but I don't even know how you get back there if you don't walk. But it was like, just do if you would. Literally what I did is I left my camp, which you may have stopped at on the way.
It's right before you drop down.
After you drop down the hill.
Yeah, so I figured that's where you came.
I took my camp and I went due east, straight towards the first windmill that you see.
Uh-huh.
And I was just out there in the quiet. There was a few elk bugling, a little bit of shit going on.
So here he talks about the windmills, and I believe maybe that's where Chelsea was trying to go towards, are the windmills and to the light. And when you're walking in a straight, what you think is a straight, forward line to something, you're actually, when you're missing it, it's dark, you're actually walking at like an arc. So she could have got very confused if that were the case.
And I don't know, I got probably like a mile and a quarter. And all of a sudden this death metal fucking shit comes on at fairly decent high volume. And of course I could have
sounds like something she would do.
Thought, that's weird as shit. But I just stay away from it. I don't have any interaction. I don't interact well with crackheads.
I don't think so, Squeaky, not at this time.
That's what it had to do with. Maybe you bring your car here and beat the shit out of it and leave some clothes. I don't know. You probably have more insight into that lifestyle.
Unfortunately, what we put on that missing person flyer, we don't really know much more than that, And what strikes me, what really amazes me is we did figure out, based on other people like woodcutters coming in and out, when the car got there. It's amazing how long it went before it got reported to us. And then when a deputy came out, that's when he discovered this person's missing, was reported missing.
Right.
this
So
week.
you don't
So
even know if she brought the car here or anything. You weren't able to access any of her cell phone records. Or
it was not there for us to do anything with. It's there's a just because one phone's not being used doesn't mean there's not another one out there that no one knows about. That kind of thing. So
well, I'm sure you guys know what you're doing. And
Maybe there is
I know
another
it makes it
phone.
a lot easier on people now because, like, hell, I never asked Google to look up my ass and track everywhere I go. But if I need to know last Wednesday where I was at 9 o'clock, they'll tell me. It's on
Google
demand. And
Google
they
will track
said if
you. Yeah.
you even have the tracker turned on. I did a job for a lawyer a couple weeks ago, and just for fun, I asked him. I go, "Hey,
Just for
is this shit
fun.
admissible? I mean, let's just say I know this guy John, and I sent him an email. Fuck you, I hate you. I'm going to kill you. Blah blah blah. And then John ends up missing, and I'm a suspect because I was dumb enough to send an email, which I know is proof. Email and text you guys can use. But I go, could they, without my permission? I never asked Google to track me, and I'm not going to commit any crimes. I just get interested by this because I was talking to a lawyer. I go, if they found my Google records, and my Google records are everything. Everywhere I go, they tell me if I stopped at a
Yeah, I'll
bar,
let
it
you
says
know
I was
just a
there, stopped
second.
at a Mexican restaurant, I was there.
It's service.
Every place I stopped, but it's the only reason why I let it go on is because it also helps me track my mileage. If I ever get audited by the IRS, I have proof that.
True.
Then he says, yeah. He says, as far as I know, there's nothing I could do as a defense lawyer if after you fucked up and you sent the email and said you were going to kill the guy and he ended up missing. They found on Google tracking that you were in the location close to him, and he says, I don't think that I could get that evidence expunged. I think it's admissible. I was like, that's amazing.
It's pretty. Our detectives will handle all that. I don't. I'm a search and rescue guy, but this is just weird. And what I'm trying to do is on my way back, try to pay really close attention if I can find some white body parts from a car because she had some front end damage on it. To see if she's.
Well, she's out driving around and shit like this. Yeah, it would be.
You're right. And the thing was, I saw some juniper pine leaves in it, and there are some here. There's one right there.
Yeah. Chelsea, whatever came in, they drove all the way down there. You already noticed that, but I told my buddy the tracks are fresh and the clothes don't have cobwebs. They don't have to hang out here a couple weeks. They'll start collecting dust and stuff. I said, this is strange. It just struck me as weird, and with the girl missing, obviously. Even the car, I wouldn't mess with it too much. I've seen vehicles out for days, some hippies out hiking and stuff like that. But if the tires were all damaged and it's got a lot of body damage, that would, because she's been missing 3 weeks now.
Oh, I don't know. She was reported missing on the 4th, but we got people saying that they saw the car as recent as the 1st in that spot.
Oh, that's weird.
So yeah, it's did you guys walk around much of this spot?
No, we walked straight down to it. I checked the pockets and I turned the shirt around just to see if somebody wrote a note or something like I'm freaking out, I'm dying, or and I looked in the pocket to see if there was an ID or a note or something like that. That was that. Then we just came straight back.
Okay.
These tracks are ours. There's 2 different sets of boots. I didn't even, when we came in yesterday.
Yeah, you probably didn't even know they were there. So.
Well, I mean, there was no scooter tracks even on this road. We were cutting a fresh track, and the archery season just stopped 8 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's been at least that long or longer. But like I said, when this came in, the tracks are still discernible, which I'd say might go a week when you can still recognize them, the way the wind blows and stuff out here and shit moves around. But no cobwebs on the clothes, no dirt, no nothing. We didn't monkey with anything. We didn't unhang it at all. I just turned the shirt around, looked on the back for a note, checked in the pocket, and I acknowledged that they were women's clothes, and the logo on it might. There's a logo of some orange, and it's just main squeeze or some shit like that. Maybe somebody who knows her, if you can talk to her parents, the last people she saw.
That's what I'm going to try to collect. Is hey, have you ever seen her wear this, or do she know to wear this kind of thing? Just just to see if we can kind of try to figure out what she was trying to do. Even though we're pretty sure where the car was is where she leaves, but we're just scratching our heads. That's a long way to go with juniper pine in your car. From the 124. So this makes a whole lot of sense that she might have been back in here. And these tracks, I mean, that's not somebody hunting.
I read the whole thing just because the guy stopped. It was kind of weird too, because yesterday we had some scooter people, a bunch of recreational riders, older people ride by, and one guy stopped and he was like, "We lost our little white dog, man." His wife's
we
freaking
found
the
it.
fuck out. I know you did.
Okay.
I saw the sheriff guy when he dropped the thing off, and I go, "Well, do me a favor while you're out looking. There's a little white dog that some lady really wants back." And I told him, if you find the dog, stop at this camp. And the Mexican guy that's with me got the guy. We got his number. So the sheriff guy stopped. I guess let the dog out. I got kind of a kick out of that because this lady was fucked up about the dog. I could get it, but I think if you take your little puppies out scooter riding, you better have a fucking train to stay in. I don't know if it jumped out or they were out doing something,
Or
but
bounced out.
how it even survived 24 hours, just being Snow White with all the predators out here, it's not a good combination.
Yeah, with the birds that
I'm
were
so glad
flying
he fed.
yesterday.
I laughed because Sal goes, yeah, man, the guy, he found the dog. He was with him, you know, and he stopped to get the number. I was laughing because I go, that's so fucking lucky because she stopped to drop this off, and I said, I'll do what I can for you if we see anything or anything, because it's not like one of my daughters, I would want them found, you know. But the dog thing, I go, if you see a little white dog, I'm sure you wouldn't abandon it, but I go, the other guy who's not here, he has the number, so you can call the guy in Williams to get it back. So I was like pretty happy that you guys found it.
I'm
But
glad
it's a
that
good
worked
time.
out.
You guys, there's a lot of people out there.
What
It's
are
like
the
your
odds?
trucks go by. What was there, about 10 or 12 of you out here looking?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
a
that.
helicopter, the better part yesterday. So
I
it's
flew it pretty hard. You know, but if you're talking October 1 to now, you know, there's it just sounds like we need to be investigating a little more, because it's entirely possible she got a ride out.
That's right.
So-
Or in a B, was there a guy with her? C, does she have a drug problem? And at least give you some pattern of erratic behavior, because it's not me being judgy when I bring it up.
No, it's just trying to
They're-
understand where
They're
it might
weird. I live in a really nice rednecky kind of place, and there's some cheap ass rental trailers over there, and some of that element has moved in, and
Yeah.
it's just a different world dealing
It
with
is.
those. Hey, they're walking down the road. You don't have to stop and ask
Okay,
them.
they don't really talk about Chelsea that much
They can't
more.
even do. They're you see a truck out there for 3 days, you know, and don't worry too much.
Yeah, if you see anything that might be like a white body molding or something like that, just when you get cell phone service, or you'll see our search and rescue vehicles, stop by and let me know. But one quick question: I saw an Under Armour tag. Anybody in your group wearing Under Armour hunting gear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who littered? That's what he wants to know. He wants to know who littered the Under Armour tag on the ground. I forgot about that.
What do you mean a tag?
Like a T-shirt tag on the back that'll tell you your size.
Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuppie Sal wears under. He wears all that.
All right.
brand
What's
shit.
his name?
Sal?
Oh, okay, Yuppie Sal. All right.
I like to tease him because he isn't from Mexico. He can't even steal his talk right. But he got a $4,000 pair of Swarovski binocular and Under Armour and those Caillou strong, all that yuppie shit that costs way too much money. That does the same as my Vortex stuff. I like to give him shit too. He's upset with most of the time we're out here. I don't know why he invites me, but
That's funny. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure. She didn't strike me as an Under Armour type. So if it's one of your guys,
Forever 21. That's how I know. I think they only have adult clothes. It's that small adult stuff. It looks too small to fit a woman, but some people wear their clothes tight.
okay.
And before I called, I was thinking about that too. Kind of weird. But also when I looked at the picture you guys have on the photo, she's got a pretty tight ass tank top on, so she's slim enough to pull it off, or still young enough in her brain to think, man, I gotta put that slick clothes on to catch the boys.
Yeah, 120 pounds. It's possible.
It is.
You know. So all right. Well, I appreciate it.
She's 135. I don't know where they got the 120. I think he just goes back up to the. Yeah, he just goes back up to the tree and looks at the clothes, takes the clothing down. And all that evidence, her family didn't even get it back. Her family didn't get any of the stuff back. I know Bert and Ernie that does. I don't like Bert and Ernie. It's pretty funny. No, I don't think he finds anything else. No, he doesn't. Okay. Let me see what else I have on here for this. Oh, I'm going to show you this video. This is a short video. This is going to be a video with a lady that was down there in the area. So these are just like little interviews that the officer did, body cam footage of different people. And I saw her, or, that have come across her or her car when she was out there.
Someone was itching her shoulder, and she said, "Mary, you're sad, really sad." So I'm not sure if she had a rope with her, but it sounds like she was very sad. And yeah, she did mark a couple totems. It sounded like she was out here. She was thinking she was going to get somewhere, and then she was going to keep going. And I don't know if she had like a tarp or a blanket, a small blanket or a tarp, but something says she had something like she was like this with a tarp blanket.
What color was it?
I immediately thought blue or silver, but then I was like, I don't know. If I think too hard, it goes away.
What's your name?
Robin?
Y-N or I-N?
Yeah, why? Yeah. So
What's your last name?
Duke. So I went down a couple of these wood cutting roads, and I found a couple totems built, and I found a couple turnaround spots, but I didn't see anything. And what she's telling me is that she found a hill and there's some flat rock. And it was like, she said, because it's crazy. It's crazy because she's like, no, you'll take a right, then you'll go over the tracks. And I'm like, or past the tracks. And I'm like, I'm not going to go over the tracks and break the law. But then I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like, and then I'm like, okay, how did I get here? So she was saying it's a hillside because she tried to see a view. And I'm thinking she was trying to head for that because she was saying northeast. So I was like, well, maybe she saw the wind turbines. It was at night or something. And she was trying to find a flat spot on a hill. And there was flat rocks. So I don't know. I mean, I hike out here a lot. So that's why I'm out here. I'm like, okay, I know these roads enough. But if you guys are still looking for her, then keep listening. Hopefully she turns up.
So you had a dream last night, or?
Yeah. And then when I stopped on I was on a wood cutting road over here, and I stopped and just sat. And she said I was on the wrong road, and that I needed to keep going. And she said there was a weird rock. I'm going to see a weird, funky rock. And she said, you'll think weird rock, and stop there, and I'll help you again. And I was like, okay. And she said that she's trying to contact her mom, and her mom needs to calm down and listen.
Is what?
Her mom
Yeah.
needs to calm down and just listen.
Her mom needs to calm down.
Yeah. Something, her mom is too upset. Like, she's making it sound like her mom's like, oh, like that. And she said something, it sounds like both of her parents are alive. Her dad's very worried. It sounds like they're
I
around
believe
here
so,
somewhere.
CJK. Yeah.
Mom's around here somewhere. I'm not sure. She's talking about her family. I don't know. So we'll keep looking. But I was getting more feeling that way. So I'm praying to turn back that way. Not sure. So good luck, you guys.
Okay. Well, if you see anything, please give us a call.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip to be like, oh, maybe I should listen to my instincts more often.
Okay. Thank you.
Little crazy lady. Okay, I'm just going to switch it over to here for us. So that was I believe she's just a resident of the area. Yeah, what is this lady on? Yeah, Heather. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, whoa. There was actually a psychic that came out and spoke. And I don't, for some reason, I can't play the audio. And it's not that interesting anyway, but it's just like, what is going on, people? What is going on? If I could figure out a way to find that, like play that audio, I'll play it for you guys sometime though. So back to kind of like the timeline. SF Investigates was working this case for like 4 days. He was contracted out for like 3 or 4. He was contracted by the parents, got a PI, and the PI contracted him. So he went back there and started looking again in December. So December 23rd, it says here something about the sun setting. So that's where she was last seen, out in this area. The sun is rising, over the Buckeye, Arizona desert. It's been raining heavily. It's going to be a muddy mess of a search today. And it said here, I had to cut it short today, too muddy, and the rain continues. I'm alone and a broken leg or something in the mud could mean real problems being solo. And then they have here a perfect day for searching. And it just shows you like basically where he started and what he was starting to do. Like there's nothing out there. Like, where would you go? Where would you go? Thought I had my camera on. I think she either found some sort of like she took some sort of drug and went out there and this happened. and they just haven't found her. They just haven't come across her yet. Or maybe she had a mental break, you know, after the boyfriend breaking up, her going on the cross-country road trip, her not, you know, succeeding at the cross-country road trip, taking the bearded dragon and not being able to take care of the bearded dragon, calling your mom, telling her you need help, to your mom to tell you, sorry, not going to help you with that, but I'll help you this way. It might have been when her tires exploded, that could have been the last straw. You know what I mean? It could have just been like, okay, that's it. But we just don't know. I'll play this here for you guys, though.
Good timing. There's the drone flying home from its mission. Totally fucking missed its landing pad. Good job. Unbelievable.
Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, just basically there's nothing out there, nothing at all. And we know the last communication that Chelsea had with anybody was with her mom, via text message, I'm assuming, or voice call, just saying that she wanted help. She needed help mentally. She needed help out. Her mom said she didn't want to pay for that particular place. It was too expensive, and she would send her somewhere else. Now, I know when Chelsea was younger, she was in one of those camps, like those retreats or wilderness camps, because she met a friend there. I remember seeing the friend come out on TikTok, and she made like 1 or 2 videos, and that was like really it on the whole thing. I wish that I actually had those videos to show you guys because they were pretty entertaining. I meant to share the same tab with you, but I think that was all. I'm going to try to make sure I didn't. I don't think that there is, but no. And then it was like January hit, and I think that everybody just went the other way. Yeah. So that's all that was the rest of his trip there, you know. He went, he looked, and he did his sonar stuff. And I have it on all my previous lives too. We went over a lot of that stuff, so I won't go back over it again with you guys. But if you want to check those lives out, there's a lot of useful information in them. Let's see what else we've got here. I was going to go through like all the documents with you guys, but we pretty much went through them whenever I did my presentation last night. Let me see. I'm going to go down to page 25 because that's where we ended it last night. That's where we ended it. Yep. So, okay. This was about the motel. And then this was the people that saw her in front of their house. These are receipts, reported sightings. A sighting of Chelsea was reported of Chelsea possibly at Dunkin' Donuts Circle K, Arabella Hotel in Sedona. The gun show, a gun show in Las Vegas, was not her. And these are going to be all their, what they said. Okay. And this is the guy that was around. Okay, we're going to go over the telephonic interview with Janet, Chelsea's mom. A female subject answered the phone that verbally identified herself as Janet. I explained to Janet that Chelsea's vehicle was located in northern Arizona. Janet advised Chelsea lives in San Diego full-time, but was in the process of driving to Connecticut for a family wedding. On September 27th, Janet received a phone call from Chelsea who advised she was in the Phoenix area. Chelsea asked Janet if she was willing to pay for her to attend Cannon Ranch Resort and Spa in Tucson. The retreat is known to help with mental health, wellness, and evaluating stress. Elevating stress. Man, I'm really just messing this up, ain't I? Janet told Chelsea, so it was more for mental rehab, not drug rehab. Janet told Chelsea she would not pay for her to attend the resort and requested Chelsea continues driving to Connecticut. So she basically says, I'm not paying for it, continue driving. Chelsea became angry that her family would not pay for her to attend the resort. Chelsea proceeded to block all of her friends and family phone numbers and social media correspondence. Chelsea even turned her phone off. Janet provided Chelsea's phone number and listed there. I attempted to call Chelsea several times, but her phone went straight to voicemail. Janet stated Chelsea has done this in the past, but she usually resumes communication after a few days. Chelsea has never gone this long without communicating with friends or family. Chelsea has been diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety. Chelsea does take prescription anti-anxiety medication, but the name is unknown. Chelsea was reported as being drug-free for years, but it was never disclosed what her drug of choice was. Chelsea is a possible alcoholic as she attends virtual AA meetings. Chelsea never mentioned being, to Janet. Chelsea is not known to be in the possession of firearms. She is not traveling with anyone, but is known to have always been with a bearded dragon named Roxy. Janet could not provide any additional information about Chelsea. Janet does not know why Chelsea's vehicle is located in northern Arizona. During my interview with Janet, she seemed reluctant to provide detailed information about Chelsea when asked. Why would you be reluctant to say anything to an officer regarding your missing child? You should never be reluctant. Janet's information was vague and her answers to questions appeared short. This ultimately ended my conversation with Janet. So that's Janet. That's Janet. After speaking with Janet, I notified on-call detectives about this case. So, I mean, it's crazy. I wish we had more. I wish I had more answers. What if we put this in? Oh, let me copy that. I'm going to have to look that up later. Okay. This is just the incident report. I asked if Chelsea had any outdoor experience, and Janet stated that when Chelsea was in high school, she attended a program at, there it is, Nanazi Foundation. Nanazi Foundation. That's which is the wilderness program for teens. Janet stated that she did not believe that Chelsea had used or practiced any outdoor related skills for some time. She indicated that Chelsea's usual footwear was flip-flops and that she likely had hiking boots. Janet stated that she was not aware of Chelsea recreating in northern Arizona before she did not know why she would have come to that area. When asked about financial information, Janet stated that Steve had access to her checking account to be able to deposit funds into it. Janet stated that the last transaction was on 9/28 in Wickenburg, Arizona, at a Mexican fast food restaurant, and that the account had about $450 in it. So she had $450. It was later determined that the purchase in Wickenburg was on 9/27. Janet stated that Chelsea had a credit card, but no one in the family had access to that account. I asked about the last contact that Janet had with Chelsea. She stated it was on that date when she asked if she could get money to go to Cannon Ranch. Janet stated that she refused to give Chelsea money to go to Cannon Ranch and thought she might need a different type of mental health program. Chelsea responded that she was going to block Janet and Steve from her phone for 24 hours so that she did not say something out of anger that she would later regret. Janet indicated that after that message, she was unable to make any further contact with Chelsea. Janet stated that the lack of communication was unprecedented and that she and Chelsea would generally communicate daily. Janet stated that when she called San Diego Police Department on 10/4 and was later advised that Chelsea's house was locked and that neighbors said she had packed her car and left for a trip on 9/24. On 9/26, Chelsea made contact with Janet and Steve and stated that she was in Phoenix, Arizona, and had decided not to attend the wedding that was supposed to be a participant in that was being held in Connecticut. The bride was one of Chelsea's best friends. Janet stated that Chelsea asked her parents not to tell the bride as she would do so, but never did. Woo, Chelsea girl, you can't be doing that to your best friend. Janet asked about the contents of the vehicle and stated that Chelsea would never go anywhere without her purse, which would contain makeup, cigarettes, and a lighter. That's what I said too. When asked about medical issues, Janet stated that Chelsea had chronic sinus problems, but it was otherwise fixed and worked out regularly. She stated that Chelsea had been diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety and was taking on no medications for those conditions. Chelsea had been talking to a therapist in New York City, identified as Kate Brown, for approximately 5 years. She lived in New York before she moved to California. Janet advised that Chelsea had recently broke up with a boyfriend of 5.5 years and stated that the relationship was toxic. Shortly after the breakup in March of 2023, she began dating a man she identified as PJ Brenner. Janet stated that Chelsea had recently kicked PJ out due to alcohol and drug use a week or two before she left San Diego. I asked about Chelsea's work, and Janet stated that she did not currently have a job. She stated that Chelsea had a degree in psychology and a graduate degree in clinical social work, but had been unable to get a job in the field. Chelsea had been doing some odd jobs occasionally. Janet mentioned Chelsea would be skittish around people in uniform and that she was a wild teen and had some bad encounters with law enforcement. Janet mentioned that Chelsea might have a bearded dragon lizard with her. When I asked about what Janet thought Chelsea would do if her car became disabled, she stated that she thought Chelsea would try to get things out on her own. Janet was not sure why Chelsea would drive down a dirt road and thought she might try to walk to a gas station. Janet stated that Chelsea knew that she had AAA roadside assistance and she could call them. Not that her phone was in working order, though. As I concluded my interview, I advised Janet that we were responding to the area to conduct a search and that I would update her with any new information. I requested that she contact the sheriff's office if she or anyone else that she has had contact with developed any information about Chelsea's location. I later emailed her a copy of the missing person flyer that I developed as part of our response to the incident. And then this is the search map. They gave it to the SAR people. And then once the vehicle was opened, a SAR canine handler collected a scent article and used it to scent her search dog in an attempt to determine a direction of travel for Chelsea from the vehicle. The dog was not able to determine a direction of travel. Okay. On October 7th, 2023, I assisted in with planning search operations for 10/8/2023. Possible scenarios were constructed, and the strategy continued to be checking travel aids that Chelsea may use. Chelsea was determined to be in the mental health subject lost person behavior category. There's different categories, for their SAR. Arizona lost person distance travel data and information from lost persons behavioral by Robert Koister and informed the strategy and tactics selection. 5 assignments were developed for action on 10/8. It just tells you where they're going to be searching. The K9 team was assigned to work the road and drainage from Forest Service Road 6 past Paradise Tanks. A search team was designed to search a possible route from Chelsea's vehicle towards the visible wind farm via the Deer Tank area to check for signs. And this is a team was sent to search the area where the clothing was found. No additional clues were found. Search tactics included verbal attraction by calling out for Chelsea and looking for clues indicating her presence in the area. When searching travel aids, teams used the actual travel aid as a guide and spaced off that feature on both sides, searching for clues. On the evening of 10/8, a Zoom call was conducted with Janet and Steve and Chelsea's sister Sarah. Also involved in the phone call was Sheriff Driscoll, Commander Buck, Simonson, Detective Luna, and me. We briefed the family on the status of the investigation and the search. So this is going to be the status of right now too. On 10/9 and 10/10, there were no active searches in the search area where the data from the previous searches and the investigation were reviewed. An incident action plan for 10/11/23 was developed that included assignments to search the Mesa tank drainage to the visible wind turbines, an area search of the area bounded by ATT Cable Road to the north of FS6, to the south and west from the area of Chelsea's vehicle out to the Arizona Mental Health 50% distance travel ring, and a search of the ATT Cable Road from 50% distance travel ring of at least Arizona Mental Health 75% distance travel ring. These are like different like circles that they show you on maps that like show you for like how long or how do I explain this? How a person would like the direction of travel would be if they were in the category of having like a mental health break. This is just coordinated efforts that they've done, like searches. Met at the SAR building again. That's just to like, to search. And then this is the interviewer, George. Interviewer, David. David said she appeared to be happy. I want to get to like the end of it. That was just about the rent. Okay. And that's interviewing the Ryan. Ryan is Chelsea's landlord. Let's see. This is like a person in like a eyewitness encounter. She was camping out of her van on 9/26 and was on Forest Service Road 160. She had no issues that night or the following night. On 9/28 at approximately 2100 hours, she heard a woman scream for help. The woman didn't sound injured, but just that she needed help. Due to Xiao having bad hearing, she could not tell where the woman was or even if she was very close. I can barely take care of myself. What could I do for her? She also felt someone closer would help. She never saw the woman or anyone else that night on 9/29. is when she had her strange experience. She explained that on the 29th, an older truck with an older camper shell parked across from where she was. Due to having bad eyesight, she could see a man but could not describe him. She also remembered that he had a dog but could not describe the dog. The man never approached her, but she could see him staring at her, and he was using his cell phone. So you can see him staring at you, but you can't see other stuff. I don't know. While in the back of her van, she called her sister as she was getting nervous. During this time, a dark-colored SUV parked right next to her. A man and woman exited the SUV and went to the back of the SUV. She could see them moving their hands, but stated that they weren't doing anything. She could not describe the SUV, male or female. She then drove off and saw the older truck following her. She was able to get into the highway and believed to be I-17. While driving, she reported 4 brand new sports cars began swerving in and out of her lane, causing her to slow down. She drove to an unknown McDonald's and saw a white car and a male videoing her. She could not describe the car or the male. She again felt unsafe and drove to Lowe's gas station in Meyer, Arizona. While at this location, she saw a newer black truck and a red car watching her. Again, she could not describe the vehicles, and she was never approached by them. At the conclusion, she advised she never saw Chelsea or her vehicle. Well, that was a big waste of time, wasn't it? Let me see. So on 10/27, I received a tip from Deputy Runes that was originally provided to Trooper Montano of the Arizona Department of Public Safety. The tip stated that Robert Hurst had information regarding Chelsea having been possibly kidnapped. I was unable to contact Robert Hurst until 10/28 due to him not having consistent cell phone power and service. Robert advised that 11 years prior, he had met a very bad man. He stated he was checking on a neighbor's property and came across people he believed to be stealing. An unknown man in an unknown truck pulled up and spoke briefly. He described the man in his late 50s with gray and white hair. He advised he believed this man was the leader of a possible cult. He then went on to explain that the cult stole his entire home a few days later. Stole the whole home. Wow, okay. Man, you got some people out there. He described how they removed every piece of wood and stole the home in its entirety. What? Sir, sounds like that's some petty stuff. Who's going to steal your home one brick at a time? This guy's a little nuts, isn't he? He's a little nutty. Lord have mercy. He described the box being as a cement slab, well-built home roughly 6 miles from where Chelsea's vehicle was located. I conducted a Google Earth search and did not find any homes or structures. Okay, that's what I wanted to read you. Okay. So, I mean, there's people that have seen her. She's been around. She's there. She left the clothing on the tree. She saw the people when she almost went into their front yard. She saw the woodcutter. You know, there's psychics that have come out to talk about this case. There's just everybody's everybody. But the 2 people that haven't, that are like the most important, are friends and family. Mom and dad. Like, there should be no reason why this isn't on the news. Now, I have noticed that some people are picking the story up, which I'm excited about. I hope everybody picks the story up if they have the right intentions. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of wrong intentions, and I'm going to call it out every time. We do not share this on a missing person site and then say, does anybody know the family? Can anyone get a hold of the family so they can check out this location that I happened to get on Google Maps? It was 3 hours away from where her car was located. I went off. I said, not this case. Best believe I did. I said, please don't. Not this case. I've been covering this since October, and going on Google Earth and looking around is not helping. When were those satellite views recorded? I put your coordinates in also, and you're about 3 hours away from wherever her car was towed from. And we know that. I mean, we got police reports. Police reports. But this is bullcrap. This ain't the first case she's pulled this shit in. You cannot possibly take a Google image and say that happened today. I mean, Google Earth does not work like that. It doesn't like refresh and take a picture every 5 seconds. You know, I mean, my lordy. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that they get the message. The sad thing is I used to follow that creator. But I know better. I know better. That's what it is right now. Let me see. How does someone steal your home? I know, right? Well, they took one piece at a time. Yeah, she was, Cheryl. I didn't say anything about it. I figured something happened there that we really didn't need to know about. But yeah, she did get arrested for that. And, you know, it could be something simple as like not even putting hands on each other, just yelling at each other. They take someone to jail. They just do now. They do. It's not like back in the day when you could beat the shit out of your wife or your husband and you call the cops and, you know, you're a bloody mess even or not. And they just separate you for the evening. You know, now they're like, someone's going to jail. Believe you me. No, I didn't go to jail for no DV, but I know someone that did. And this person was the sweetest person in the world. They didn't even put their hands on this person. So no, none of her friends really have covered her case or anything. There was a girl on TikTok that was friends with her that went to the same camp as her, but that went to the same camp, but I haven't heard from that girl in a long time. I even reached out like when I was covering Chelsea Grimm to see if she wanted to like, you know, let me know anything particular about her. Maybe I'll try to reach out to her again. I did reach out to SF Investigates a few nights ago to see if he had any feedback, if he was going to go out there and search again or do any more looking and stuff like that, but he hasn't got back to me, so I don't know. So this is supposed to be Chelsea Grimm. And this is the message. I need all of your help. Do you know the family? Do you know the family? Why would you ever take that to a family member? I mean, you would know, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm trying to be real nice, but it's getting real hard out here. It's getting real hard. You got people out here fighting each other and everything left and right. It's been crazy out here on these streets lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have. But I think that's all I have for you guys for Chelsea. If anything comes up, we will definitely go over it. We will be revisiting this case, obviously, in the future to replay everything, just kind of redo what we've been doing, like on the last few lives. That way, Chelsea gets her voice out there and gets her. Maybe we could find her. I'm really hoping that there's like SF goes back out and that there's another person that was out there searching that was in our chat. They would come in, let us know about the search efforts and stuff like that. I really hope that they all go back out there. I am going to put up those videos that I was showing you, like just like of the like when the officer, you know, kind of like comes and sees where the clothes are hanging. I'll put those online for you guys if you guys want to watch them in your own time again. But there is a Facebook group. It only has like 267 members. But it is Where's Chelsea Grimm discussion group if you'd like to join it. I'm not sure whose group it is. I should probably check. How am I the wait, I'm at the top. Why am I at the top? I don't know. Maybe I should make my own page. Maybe I should. Oh, Mystic. Oh my lordy. I was bebopping in there, girl. I was about to go on a panel. It was so early. And I was ready for it. I was ready for it. It was like my day to shine today, but I just didn't. I was like, Tanya, just be nice. Someone said you were nice in the chat the other night. That's what I was thinking about. Which one of you guys told me I was nice? I think it was Squeaky or Mike. It was one of you boys. It was one of you men out there saying I was so nice. when I wanted to be mean today. I said, man, someone said you were too nice. It's all in good time, you know. I I went up one time and said like just one little thing that I had a problem with, and then my name was mentioned, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But yeah. No, I'm not. No, Solo, I'm not. I, I just I just throw in my one liners here and there. I'm like, and another thing, and like, yeah, no, there's the so this is what it is right now. All the creators that are in true crime, like, and I'm gonna do a live over this, like, on my other channel because like I think it's important, but not everyone's gonna say it's about fighting. I don't want to like get into any of the drama or any of the trauma, but these true crime creators right now are starting fights with each other or going after Bullhorn Betty or starting fights together. And that's their content right now. So when you have people like me, where I don't have any problems with any creators, not that I'm aware of. And you know, like I don't know. It's just different for me. I don't know. I feel like I don't have a spot. I don't like agree with everything this side says, and I don't agree with everything this side says. And there's no in the middle person. Like I'm it. If anyone wants to come and hang out with me on my rock, you can if you want. But I figured if my chats are not full, like if I don't have 400 or 500 people in here, if I'm spewing the facts, I'm cool with that. With having, you know, 100 people. I'm cool with that. I don't want the drama. I was listening to someone today. They were just crying on about just crying. Like, I'm like, that would suck to be that person. Like, you can't even go to the pool because somebody might be on a panel talking about you and you care that much. You care that much. Now, if I didn't have Vincent, I'd be a whole different person. But he keeps me grounded. Thanks, Karen. I mean, someone told me that I would have to, they're like, let me get Chelsea off the screen here while I'm talking about this. But they said I would have to sell my soul on this app to like to gain any subscribers to like get wealth off of this app, I guess, or something, you know. And I'm like, challenge accepted, because you don't have to do that. Bullhorn, yeah. I guess she got pulled over or something, or the cops called her today. I don't know. She's been live streaming from her hotel room. I don't understand why subscribers pay for these people to go in these places, even if you're sending them $1. And the only content you get is from a hotel room. We see it all the time. We've seen it with these creators. They just sit in the hotel room. It's like, what are you doing? Or why are you out there searching? The child, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, is not at the local Holiday Inn, Bullhorn Betty. You know, get out there and look for him. If you're going to go out there, or go fight Clue, do one or the other. Give us a show. If you guys are going to go after each other, please go after each other and take it off the internet. Take it off of YouTube. So, you know, that way we could see it. Because I got my money on Clue. Oh, well, I'm glad, Pretty Eye. We're a really good group of people over here. We really are. And I don't usually bitch about other people, but I'm just been like thinking about it. I don't know where my spot is, I guess. That's what I was trying to tell you guys, explain to you guys. I don't know where my spot is in the true crime genre, because it's like, no, there's not a lot of people that are here just for true crime that don't get included in the drama stuff. And drama's fun. I mean, that's fun. We like to pick here and there, prod there, but when you're like screaming at each other on a panel like that, you've taken it too far. Everyone needs to just back up and just take a breath. Thanks, Ashley. It is right here. Ashley said, Tanya, your spot is right here, honey. Oh, baby girl, it's a mess. Don't engage with the rest of them. Yeah, I know. That's what I try not to. But I do have questions of my own though. And I'm like I'm very like usually blunt, but I try not to be like, you know, blunt. Try to have a filter there a little bit. But can you imagine though? Like, so we've got creators fighting other creators like that are okay. So like if you're doing the Sebastian Rogers case right now, go if you're watching it, any creator that you go on their panel or you listen to them, their lives, their videos, they're not talking about anything new. Nothing new. There's just nothing there. So now instead of putting all their energy into like trying to like find content about Sebastian, they're just going after each other. And then that makes that content for the day. And they get, 4, 5, 600, 700 people in their chat. That adds up. And everyone's a victim. No one's a victim on YouTube. This job ain't hard. This job should be, this isn't even a job. This shouldn't even be a job. This is a place to come to hang out, talk true crime, and just have fun. You're walking the high ground. Oh, thanks. They are being dirty. There's some people being really downright dirty. Like downright dirty. So that I wouldn't even think about doing to people. I'm like, what the hell? But I notice things and I notice people will like delete stuff and then they pretend like it never happened. And then it's almost like it never happened. And it's like, wait a minute. I remember that. But I remember. Every case that's not solved within 3 months, they attack each other. Baby girl, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, Karen, it really is. It's all drama. That drama about Sebastian right now. It's sad. I mean, I actually have an interview with Nick Beers. I think we'll play this tomorrow on our live. It's an older one, but I've never seen it, and I was going to watch it with you guys. And it's from Facebook, and it's just a live he did. So we'll see what they say they have. There's so many interviews in this case. It's hard to go back and know exactly what started where. I did have a chart going. It was really nice too, but then the dates all got mixed up for me. But I know that Nonsense, the creator, she's working on and like interviews for like Seth Rogers and when he was on those interviews and all of that, like a timeline. And maybe I'll be able to see that when she's done with her timeline. She's doing it also. Maybe she'll let me take a sneak peek and copy her a little because it's hard to find out where he's been. What live on my 4th channel? Yeah, Nonsense had all the interviews. Yes, she does. Yeah. And I know she has them in like on calendar too. Like she wrote them all. Like I love that kind of stuff. That stuff makes me happy. I love timelines. It's my favorite. I was watching. That's why I was listening to. I had to turn off people today because I was like, man, I've heard so much yelling today. So much yelling. But with me is I don't know. Some of it's crazy. Was she mistake? I don't think I saw all of Nonsense's live. I can't either solo. I just don't understand why other people can. Yeah, she's not afraid to say anything. I mean, it's true. Like we're just creators on this platform. People take this stuff too personally. I mean, they really do. They will. Thank you, Ladybug. I appreciate that. I have to thank Vincent for that. If this was prior to September, if you guys were here prior to September, you see me, I got out of pocket before. I mean, it's like that one time, but I mean, I did. I cried on my live and I yelled. I was all the things on that live. Vincent was like, the way you went from crying to really mad. I was like, don't mess with me. And JLR took off to the border. He's out. Baby girl, you nailed it. Him and Magnolia are like, bye. And then you have Betty going to Tennessee 3 months too late. And then you got her and Clue are going after each other. And then Brittany wants to be in it. So she pops in a little bit because she wants to be part of the fun. She wants to get the clicks and the views too. And then you have Nonsense that just comes out because she wants to get rid of all the nonsense. And she likes to break it down for people that want to go to just one live instead of circulating through 15 lives. Creators like Nonsense are going to have good channels. and they're going to grow because of that. Like they're not, I don't know how to explain it. They're not afraid to, say what they want to say. And people need that. And people like that. People do like that. Some people don't like stuff that's sugar coated, you know what I mean? But then other people, they need that little bit of that padding, that cushion. Yes. Mystic, I know. She's been raging. I was laughing earlier because I was just like, damn. Well, my thing is, I laugh about it because I'm looking at it like I'll be looking at my iPad and I'm like, are they really doing this? I'm like, are they saying these things? And then, like they are. And I'm just like, wow. To feel like you would have to be on your toes. I would always think that I would need to be like, who's watching me, who's clipping me, who's whatevering me. Yeah, Brittany J. But a lot of them are like that. Yeah, she's been raging. Her and Granny got into it this morning. If you didn't see that live, I think it's under private. Should we do that actually? Should we do on my other page? Let's do a review. Maybe we will. I'll come out of here swinging, but I might. Because there's a lot of lies that are being perpetuated. But Granny and Brittany tonight on the live. Oh my Lord. Did you guys hear it? I mean, did you hear it? I'm going to tell you right now. It's Sunday, and you better not kiss your mama with that mouth. You better not kiss your husband with that mouth. I think unfortunately her mother has passed, but yeah. You guys heard it? Yep. You didn't hear them. They were screaming. All I heard was Brittany say mother F-U-B, B-F-U. That was like the whole conversation. I was like, is this a Southern gal cursing this much on a Sunday morning live? It was bad. It was bad. Well, let me put my other page in here. Let me put my other channel in here that I have now because I have another channel. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but we're going to talk shit over there. That's what we're going to do. Let me be real. We're going to talk shit. That's where we're going to take all the shit talking. No, I don't know what we'll do over there, but we'll do something. It'll be fun. It's called Unfiltered with Tanya. That's actually just unfiltered, but I couldn't get that search thing. That should take you over there. Oh, well, baby girl, just watch. Just watch very closely. Just watch very closely. Mystic Firefly should went to church today, but yeah. When that was scary, wasn't it, Wiz? I need to go back and hear it again. I think I've heard it twice. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I think the reason why, okay, I'm from Philadelphia. And so when I hear like Granny talk compared to like Brittany talk, I can relate with Granny in a way because, she does have a more powerful kind of voice. It doesn't come off as nice and sweet as, hey, y'all, like y'all. It just doesn't. That I can relate to the way she was thinking. Some of the stuff she was thinking, not about Brittany, just in general today. And I hope that them two can somehow work their feelings out. But I just know that they're not good together. And I don't know. I just don't know where they, I don't know. Some people just feel really entitled. I don't know how to explain it. Hey, Cat's Life. Actually, I'm good. Planet Flowers with Dad today. Oh, he supervised me. Does your dad say that too, Cat's Life? I'm supervising that bull crap. Does he pull that crap with you? Because my mom used to pull it with me. She'd say that all the time. I'm supervising, but I'm supervising. She had her legs like kicked up in the living room. Let me know. It's funny. Oh, Ladybug, you don't want to. Your little ears, you don't Ooh, it was a lot of F-bombs and B words today. And I was like, I have clips for days. I record clips. I take clips every day, all the time. If I hear something that is like, what? Because the thing with me is I have a lot of common sense smart. So if you sound something like, if you say something and it sounds a little off, or like I may question a little bit of it, I'm going to Google you. I'm going to Google it all out. And that's usually wrong. It is. Granny and Brittany, Clue and BHB. We got a lot of people going after Bullhorn Betty, though. I'm like, okay, I don't really prefer Betty either, but everybody don't need to take, a stab at the poor woman. I mean, there's only one of her, and there's like 15 creators going off on her right now. I'm just like, oh. Oh, Ashley, that's sweet. Oh, if you do hair, baby girl, I need my hair done. You work hard. Gosh, you work hard. That's a lot though. 3 root touch-ups and 2 highlights and haircuts. Yeah, no, that sounds like that's a lot of bending. I know what you do. I know what you do, girl. Don't play like you don't stand on your feet all damn day and bend over all the time, and it hurts your back. So I know you worked hard. My sister-in-law's a beautician. Oh, you have your own studio? That's amazing. My sister-in-law had her own studio for a while. Then she went to she works in domestic violence advocacy now, but now she went back to doing hair because she wants to do something she enjoys to do. Fingerprints. Vincent goes, oh yes, he goes to work tomorrow. He's going out of the home, back out of the home. He has been in the home for the last couple of months working. And driving me a little nuts. Love him. I love him so much. I do. I love him so much. But we're together all the time now. And I feel like I don't do like a lot for the channel. More, I feel like I should be doing more, like more lives through the day and stuff like that. But he's always here, and I'm always like, feel weird going, well, I'm gonna go do a live. Bye. I don't know. So you can clean. Make sure you do something good for you tomorrow, Ashley. At least, after you're done cleaning or before you clean. And listen to some good music. Stay with me and Grizzly. Speaking of Grizzly, this necklace that I wear, I used to wear this every live, and she has one. I don't know if it's not like the same exact one, but it's like, can't really see it, but I saw that on her like live. It was a while back, and I was like, wait, that's the necklace I always wear. Because I used to wear this every night. Yes. Yes, Wisp, yeah. Like I was a server, and it's like that slight bending. It's just like you're not even bending. You're just like just slightly, and it hurts you so bad. I always feel so bad for like my hairdressers and my servers, but new tattoo. Oh yeah, okay, Ashley, I actually mentioned that in the live before I was live. I saw your comment and I commented back to you, but we weren't even live. You guys, I can't believe I did that. Who does that? Okay, if you missed the beginning of the live, I was on live for 15 minutes. I don't ever want to admit this again. So I'm never admitting this again. So clip this. I was on live for like a good 10 to 15 minutes before I realized that y'all weren't in there with me. Like the chat is going and I didn't hit the live button. I must have not have hit it, and I thought I did. Now, if I wouldn't have taken a break last week, I would think I would needed a break from YouTube. But wow, I was talking to myself for a good 15 minutes. No one even told me. I mean, you guys didn't know. Didn't see me. Gosh, it's so embarrassing just to think about how long I was actually talking to myself. I was talking from 9:15 to 9:35. And then I look up and I'm seeing messages like, Tanya should be here any minute. Like, sure, she's coming. She doesn't do this to us. And I'm like, what are they talking about now? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tanya, you're not live. And you were supposed to be like 15 minutes ago. I've never been that late for a live. Oh, you missed a good one. Yeah. Yeah, don't tell me, guys. Oh, it was so much. So then I had to repeat it. So tonight I'm a little tired after tonight's live. I'm a little loopy. Welcome to Awesome, Tanya. I know, right? Right. That was definitely a trait or a move today. Did I learn anything? Yeah. I learned make sure you're freaking live. Actually, you know what? I learned just to take a break if you need to make sure you're live. Because I hate taking breaks or like pausing for any part, like amount of time. I feel like if I pause for even like 2 seconds, it's 2 seconds too long. So I just, oh, that's just funny though. That's funny. We had fun with this live tonight. You know, that's what happens when you have lives. Things don't go accordingly, you know, and that's okay. We don't ever expect them to, you know. I never expect my life to turn out the way that I think it's going to turn out before I come on. Hyper focusing at its finest. Yeah, I did that today a lot. That's where my days go. I'm like, I just get hyper focus on something. And I have ADHD too. Awesome. Thank you. Autism, ADHD, PTSD, anxiety. I've got them all. You say it, I probably had a little nudge of it. But I'm going to jump off of here. I hope you guys all have a great Monday. Ooh, Monday. But I bet you guys will have a great day. I will be back on tomorrow with another live. I want to cover Surya Ung. They haven't found her yet. And let me look it up. And we haven't covered it in a few days. Oh, well, look at that. Grizzly started covering it 7 hours ago. Okay, because the FBI raided the home, so that's where we're at in the case. But we'll go back over everything too. We'll go back through the whole, how she became missing, how her dad's girlfriend is missing as well, and they're all missing. So. Yeah. Want a fugitive. Yeah. Come back and bring the baby. Your chicken's a swimming pool. That sounds like fun. Yeah. I'm going to watch her video too. I'll probably watch it in the morning. So you can, get caught up over there too. And then I do have a video. Did Nancy Grace cover it? Or did we just cover it? I can't remember. But we did cover it the other day, and we'll cover it again this week, probably tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but then I was like, just keep it with Chelsea, just in case. And then hopefully we'll have something actually heard by tomorrow. But it's just sad. It's really sad. There's not a lot of stuff coming out on anybody. There's nothing on Sebastian, nothing that we don't know. It's crazy. So yeah, we will do that tomorrow. Okay. It was Court TV. So we have a Court TV thing. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Nancy covered her. I thought so, Heather. I couldn't remember or not. I couldn't remember if she did or not. She's Miss Nancy standing right here in front of me. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it so much. Sorry that I wasn't on for the first 15 minutes. I was just talking to myself. That's fun. But thanks for talking to me after the live, just hanging out for a little bit and just chit-chatting it up. If anybody has any comments, drop them below. I usually check them. And if there's any cases that you guys want me to cover, you can always email me at titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. Don't forget to add me on all socials at TitaniumBuilt, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those great things. And be sure to get in the Facebook groups. If you're following a case, that's probably like one of the best ways to get some coverage on those cases is to be in the Facebook groups or to follow somebody on YouTube like me. So if you guys want to subscribe, go ahead, subscribe. If you guys haven't liked the video, go ahead, like the video. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys all tomorrow on tomorrow night's live. I'm going to try to do a day live tomorrow since I will have the time to do it now. And if I do, you'll see it on the community tab and it'll come up on your notifications. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys.